Hey guys, welcome to Wrestling Daze and welcome to this Raw review and opinions video. So, a real disappointing show. Even for a go-home show, I thought this was below standard. None of the matches mattered. It really didn't matter who won. There was nothing here that had any repercussions. Sometimes on these kind of go-home shows, they'll put like a championship match or something that didn't quite make the card. There was nothing here. Bayley against Liv just kind of teases the tag match at WrestleMania. Ray against Julius Creed teases Ray against El Grande. AJ against Karrion. Karrion's been around AJ because we don't actually get Logan every week. So we needed something. So we've been kind of doing a weird AJ Karrion thing whilst Logan's not been around. And now, of course, it's going to be AJ Logan at WrestleMania. Don't quite know where Karrion fits into this. We know that he is desperate for AJ to get the win over Logan. And actually, he even sacrificed himself in that match. He put his arms behind his back when AJ delivered that phenomenal forearm. And I suppose in a way, Karrion sacrificed himself and sacrificed winning this match so AJ could get momentum going into WrestleMania. Don't know what the end game is. Is he hoping that AJ will come to his senses and they'll join forces and maybe work together? I'm not sure, but apparently the ring gear Karrion was wearing was made by the same person that makes AJ's ring gear. We've seen that Karrion has had his hair down, kind of very similar to AJ's hairstyle. And so there's clearly something going on there. We know that he is trying to get AJ to turn to a darker side, do whatever is required to make sure that he gets the win at WrestleMania. The point that Karrion is making is, if one of the best of our generation wrestlers can't beat a YouTuber, what does that mean for wrestling? What does that mean for the rest of the guys in the locker room if one of the very best just can't get the job done against a YouTuber? Which is very good and very interesting. So I think Karrion is someone that I probably needed to pay more attention to on this show than I actually did. I found myself jumping in the chat, getting people's thoughts a lot more, because to be honest, the matches just didn't carry any kind of intrigue for me. And seemingly not for you guys either, because Bayley against Liv got good 95%. Rey Mysterio against Julius Creed, good 97. AJ Styles against Karrion Kross, good 96. Penta against Finn Balor, good 96. So nothing there that kind of really blew anyone's mind. The promo segments, Gunther was good. Jay came down, pretty standard affair. It was all just really standard, phoned in, dialed in, skip a week type stuff. I mean, it is literally that final segment with Roman pushing Heyman over, Seth making some really interesting points about how Heyman is choosing to do this favor. He doesn't have to, but he's choosing to. So what does that mean for Roman and his wise man? And so obviously Roman already had doubts about Paul. And I think when he heard that from Seth, he ended up pushing Heyman over. Then, of course, we get Punk coming down, Seth using the chair, the callback to the Shields. I mean, I think that's it for the build for this match. I think on Friday we'll put the finishing touches to Cody and Cena. But, yeah, I mean, at least we got that from this show. So I'm in the 5s. I don't know if it's like a 5.5, maybe a 5.25. I think this show is not bad. Not bad in the sense of like the matches are bad and, you know, the show is bad. It's just, I've seen the words used and I agree. It's just really mid. It's just a mid show. So those are my thoughts. I mean, I think what we can do is jump into the chat, get people's thoughts and have conversations as we're working our way through. So Damien said WWE needs to push Karrion Kross, his main event material and a perfect anti-hero. Brady said mid. You would think that we were building to something like Fastlane or Payback. I am excited to see what's going to be on Raw and SmackDown after Mania, though. Why at 6? Brendan, shout out to you. Carl said Liv versus Bayley was fire and the ending was good. Logan and that Jay was supposed to be serious, but he ended up yeeting. It's a waste of time and it was horrible. Rest was at best. Sums up the entire WrestleMania build. Apart from Cena at the Chamber, it's all been snooze. Women's World title got like 3 minutes 30 video. No one was on show. Carl, shout out to you. Ryan said Raw was mids. SmackDown will be better. I love that Karrion has his old theme back and the closing segment was all right. Raw is a 7 for me. I'm starting to think Penta will win the IC title, not Dominic. But I hope and want Dominic to win still. Tannen said it was good. I think SmackDown will be better. Raymond said, Daze, I thought Raw was very good. Each match was very entertaining. Kross versus AJ was very good. And I can't wait for Mania. I'm going to rate Raw a 9. Shout out to you. See you tomorrow. See you tomorrow, buds. Alice said it was an average episode of Raw. As a go-home show, it was even worse. Nando said the last segment carried. I want everyone in the main event to win for different reasons. OTC said it was decent. Matches were okay. Only thing I was excited about was the main event. OTC Roman Reigns has had enough. I wish that what Seth had said had some meaning to it. Seth stood tall over Roman and Punk, so that makes the match very unpredictable. Overall, 7. I agree. There was something he said about how the winner of this match is going to really dictate the future of the company. And I was really trying to chuck around, like, how do you make that actually mean that? How does this match actually mean that? I mean, I don't know that it does, but I wish it did. So I agree with you. Lisa said Days Raw was pretty bland. None of the matches stood out. Best part was the segment with Roman, Paul, Seth, and Punk. Seeing Jay was a big plus. Yeet. 5 for Raw, but 10 for the stream. Lisa, you're too kind. Q Hicks said the cross sacrifice for AJ was masterful. I'm over the Lucha Gable nonsense. Gunther and Jay I'm hyped for. Women's championships, I'm skipping those. Snoozefest stories, all of them. Seth is definitely winning and leaving with Heyman, says Q Hicks. Mayor Pete said hot crowds, except for Cross Styles. It was an enjoyable show that flew by. It was cool to get head tapped by Ray. Penta liked my Niner jersey and my Lucha Mask combo. Bayley said hell yeah when she saw my jersey. Oh, it's very cool. I hope you had a good time, buds. Mayor Pete, shout out to you. Taker 1990 said, as you said, Days, for not risking the superstars from injury before Mania, Raw was expected to have this outcome, so 8 out of 10. However, Bianca, Rhea, Io should have been there in person. Video packages for a go-home show suck. Catch you up for NXT. Muggsy said it was very lackluster. I really think we should be expecting more from go-home shows, especially before Mania. Nothing that was worth being on Mania week. I'm sure the match with Ray will be fun, but Chad needs to try a little more to cover up. He busted his hand and he didn't wrap it up. 6.5, says Muggsy. Vurux said, it was all right. Definitely not the most exciting show, as it's the go-home show. I'm not really feeling the hype for Mania. Really excited for the stage as it got leaked, and it's definitely the actual stage. Mania will be great. In-ring, like 31. Both builds sucked for Mania, said Verruxt. J Omega said it was an alright show. The main event segment got interesting at the end. Makes me believe that Paul Heyman will choose Seth over CM Punk and Roman. Penta cooked as usual. 775. Happy WrestleMania week. Jay, shout out to you. All-time 17 said, overall, I think it was very good. I wouldn't say it was great. I would say it was okay for a go-home show. Although, overall, I thought Liv Morgan versus Bayley was a good match. I thought the segments with Logan was all right. Jay was okay. I really liked the ending, though. So, 7.5. Kane said best match was Styles Cross from a psychological standpoint. It should have been a WrestleMania match. Chris said Daze. Oh, hello. Chris. They're 625. It was good to see Karrion actually having a match on the show with his old NXT theme. The closing segment was good. Seth spoke some truths. I enjoyed Roman telling everyone to acknowledge me, like when he was champ. I don't see Seth joining Paul. You? I sort of feel like they've really teased it, that it is feeling like it's quite... I feel like it's being heavily teased. So I feel like you can look at it and I totally get why people are going, it's going to happen. It's definitely going to... I really do understand why people are saying that. But part of me is wondering, is it so obvious that they don't go that way? Because, you know, you've got Paul pulling him in that direction, Punk pulling Paul in that direction. You've got Roman pulling Paul in. Well, he was pulling Paul in that direction, what with him being the tribal chief. I think his loyalty may still be pulling him in that direction, right? The only person that's not really pulling him in any direction is Seth. And the story feels like it could be that Paul is being pulled by these two people. He goes, screw you, and he goes off with Seth. And I sort of feel like I can see that, and I see why people are saying that. But I don't know that it goes that way. I feel like it is an option, but I don't know that that's the option they take. Because equally, he could just say, screw all of you, and walk away, right? The other option as well, after tonight, which felt a bit more likely to me, was that this was all a work and that he's actually still with Roman. It could be that he and Roman have agreed, you know, I'm going to push you over, I'm going to make it seem like we're done, I'm going to ignore you, all that stuff. But we're doing it so that we can get into Seth's head, get into Punk's heads, and actually he's still with Roman. I think that's an option on the table as well. So we obviously did a video where we really spoke about this in some more detail. So if you've not seen that, I'd say check that out on the main channel. But I don't know. The honest answer is I see lots of different roads they can go. He could go with Roman. He could go with Seth. He could go off on his own and come back with someone new. He could go off with Punk, but I don't think that'll happen. Some people are wondering if he goes with Seth and then he and Seth join Cena and Rock. And is that the path we're going down? I think they've done an excellent job of keeping me guessing on this one. I just don't know. I just don't have a read on it where I'm like, yeah, it's definitely going to be this. But I would say the people that are most adamant as to which way it's going are saying that it's going to be with Seth. And I do totally see why they are saying that. So we're going to have to wait and see. Las Vegas Matt said, WWE does have a star problem. They have so many that are capable of wrestling for titles. I believe the run to WrestleMania was highlighting the issue of fitting the right people in the right matches. Bayley against Roxanne, Liv versus Alexa were all built but missed. So you believe that they've got a star power problem. They have so many that are capable of wrestling for any titles. I don't quite understand. Are you saying that the match card is wrong? Are we saying that some people have been left off that should have been there, like Roxanne, like Alexa? Right, you'll certainly get a lot of people agreeing with you for Alexa and the Wyatts. I don't know if Roxanne brings much in the way of star power at the moment. I mean, she's only just coming up from NXT, of course. But I don't know. The card is what the card is. And, you know, this far out from WrestleMania, like less than a week now, I think it's probably best to just be like Jay and get locked in with what we've got and, you know, enjoy the final part of this build. Parker Tiffy Time said, Daze, not a good Raw in my opinion. The Liv match, Finn match, and the ending of it was good. I'm thinking about a 4. I can't wait for SmackDown. You know what time it will be at WrestleMania? It will be Tiffy time. Have a good night, says Parker. Shout out to you, buds. Craig said 7 out of 10. Some good stuff, including Karrion, who is just masterful in his storytelling. Hopefully we get more of him, and maybe he'll get involved with Styles and Logan. Hopefully Bron Breakker is okay. Looked like he might have hurt his left knee. Didn't see. Pure Pro Wrestling said, pretty solid show before WrestleMania. Angie said, Daze, I thought Raw was pretty good for a go-home. I'm intrigued by Roman pushing down Paul. I love that Seth hit Roman with the chair, and I can't wait to see what happens Saturday. Hope you have a great day. And you, Angie. And you. Sanan said, the main event segment was so damn good. I can't wait for Mania. Wrestle Night said, it was a good show. Bayley Liv was great. Kross versus Styles was match of the night. There was some great storytelling with some brutality and little comedy. Main event segment was another highlight. Shield Destroyer Rollins is the best. I think he leaves with Heyman, and they join The Rock and Cena, especially after that best for business line. 7 out of 10, we'll see you for NXT Boomer. Wrestle Night, shout out to you. Dean Parker said, I thought Raw was okay. Not a lot to come out of it. Love CM Punk Roman Seth segment. I think Ray is losing at WrestleMania. Nice to watch the live stream again. I'll see you tomorrow. Dean, shout out to you, buds. Glamrock Foxy said, Daze, if Alexa costs Liv and Raquel, it could set up Wyatt 6 Judgment Day for Backlash. Raw, about a 5 out of 10. Did you see The Fiend? I didn't see The Fiend, no. But that's a really good costume, isn't it? Person in the crowd dressed as The Fiend. Very good. Glamrock Foxy, shout out to you. Kiki says 10 out of 9. Tiger Raptor says 5. Roller said the spear from Bron was insane. We are definitely getting a new IC champ, and it'll be someone from Judgment Day. Seth Punk Roman segment was great. Definitely thinking Paul pushes Seth out the way and takes a spear. Kind of surprised there was no reference to Ludwig wanting a Mania match, considering he's done 2 promos 2 weeks in a row. Kross getting his old gimmick back was great to see. Hopefully he gets a push soon. Probably getting a Big E return if we get New Day War Raiders is Viking War Rules. Really enjoyed Gunther's promo. Surprised Io, Bianca, Rhea weren't physically in the ring. Yeah, just a video package. Been quite a few people that were surprised that we didn't get more of those. Let's go back. We have got it in latest order. So, I don't think we're actually that far away, are we, from the top? Vic said, Daze, I'm going to go 675. It was an all right show. Good to see Karrion in a match. Similar to how it's been in recent weeks. We're all waiting for the end segment. It delivered. Personally, I like the idea of Heyman just walking away, siding with none of them, rather than him going with Seth. Julian said Jay is about to go heel. He's going to join Rock and Cena. Sub Ho Deep said Raw was good. Loved the main segment of the show. Loved the stream. So Sub Ho Deep, shout out to you. Alfie said I thought the show was good. AJ Kross was a good match. I like Bayley Liv. Segment with Roman, Seth and Punk was great. So 7 out of 10. The Hoovian Master said I'm gonna score this Raw go home show an 8.5. Henry said it was a good show. It wasn't great. It wasn't bad. All to say, really, is Seth's entrance will be the Shield theme song. Days, keep it up. This week is a massive week. I'm sure you'll be okay if you do need to stop the stream and have a rest. Oh, no, we'll be doing all right, buds. Henry, shout out to you, my friend. No, this week, got to be locked in. Got to be dialed in. Babs the Barbarian said, nah, it was okay. Nothing really stood out except Karrion's storytelling. I like the long trunks for him, and I like him going back to his old theme. I guess he would say 6.5. Adam said, not bad. Ending segment feels like a setup for an angle that will happen during the match. Gunther's promo was intense, and I enjoyed it. All in all, it's just another go-home show, which we know Triple H can struggle to book sometimes. We need SmackDown to be great. So 7, says Adam. Matthew said it was a good show and a great ending. To have Roman turn his back on Paul. CM Punk saved Paul from Roman. But at the end, it's Seth with the chair shot to Roman and shades of the Shield breakup. 9 out of 10 and cannot wait for Raw after Mania. Charlie said, I've got some feedback, but I'm going to do a separate post and tag your crazy in it. Hang tight. Is it, Charlie, is it in here? I am nobody. I am all of us. Said solid Raw before Mania. Gunther was angry. Liv Bayley was fire. Video promos cooked. Seth Heyman could be new and exciting. Wish the tag title match had a stipulation or something. Kross AJ match of the night. The psychological warfare that Kross has been playing. We need more of that. Nishi said great promos by Gunther and Seth. Liv, Julius, and Karrion were excellent in the ring. The Fatal 4-Way for the men's IC title might end up being a serious match of the year contender. Final segment with Roman, Paul, and Seth was generational. Joey, shout out to you. Hope you had a good time. John Elite said, looking forward to the IC title 4-Way. Wonder if Judgment Day is still going to be a thing post-Mania. Interesting that Kross was wearing tights tonight. Love seeing Kross old entrance. Interesting segment with Seth, Punk, and Roman with Heyman. And Leaping Lucha Larry said, I was there. It was cool. I had a great time. But I wish we could have had Cena or Cody. I know they're booked for SmackDown and have a long weekend ahead of them, so I get it. Penta Finn Balor match was my favorite. Carlito running for his life was hilarious. So, Leaping Lucha Larry, I hope you had a great time, buds. If we go over then to the scores. So, we have... where do we want to go? We want to go here. If we go over, so you can see that it is not been a great weekend, actually, for WWE. If we go back, look, we've had a lot of great results recently. Great. We hit SmackDown, and then that went down to just good. And then here we're looking at just good again as well. So SmackDown looks like it's going to get good 94%. Raw looks like it's going to get good 93%. So not the strongest of episodes. I think it is what it is. It's a go-home show. It is what it is. We move on. So if you enjoyed it, fantastic. If you didn't, it doesn't matter. We move on, and we'll see what they've got coming up next. I mean, I don't think we could go into this show expecting anything major anyway. The time for that was all done. It was just finishing touches, and that is what we got. So we'll have to see what we get on Friday. We know that Cena and Cody are on that show. I would expect probably a show similar to what we had here, although it does have the advantage of having the Andre Memorial Battle Royal. It does have the advantage of people being there for WrestleMania. Like a lot of people that go into WrestleMania will be at that SmackDown. So it does have the advantage of all of that. So I think SmackDown will actually be better. I think that it will have a lot more, and it will have more energy. And as we said, it's going to have the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal as well. So looking forward to seeing who wins that this year. So there we go. Thanks for watching. Appreciate the support as always. I will see you later for NXT.